The Dependent Care Assistance Program is a flexible spending account available to eligible Hennepin County employees to be used to pay for dependent or daycare expenses with pre-tax dollars. Keep in mind that this is a use or lose account, which means you want to be conservative with what you elect for 2017 because what you don't incur, you will not be able to get back. The benefit of electing a dependent care expense account is that it saves you money, specifically tax dollars, and on average, depending on your tax bracket, about 25 to 30% in taxes. In this example, if there's two people who both make $35,000 annual income and each have $2,500 of daycare expenses a year, but one person decides to use the dependent care expense account for those expenses and the other person does not, the person who chooses to use the dependent care expense account saves approximately $654 per year. So if you know you're going to have daycare expenses, this is definitely a great way to save tax money. The Dependent Care Assistance Program allows eligible employees to set aside money pre-tax for eligible daycare expenses for your dependent children under the age of 13 or for a disabled dependent or spouse. The main purpose of the program is to be used to enable you as the employee and or your spouse, if you are married, to work, look for work, or go to school. Eligible expenses include daycare, day camp, and before and after school care, and the deadline to submit claims each year is March 31st. Please note that kindergarten is not eligible. A couple of things to note about the Dependent Care Assistance Program. The annual maximum is $5,000 per family. So two working spouses can elect a combined maximum of $5,000 per year, meaning one or the other can elect the $5,000, or each can elect $2,500 if married and filing separate tax returns. Another thing to note is that reimbursement funds are available as they are deducted from payroll checks. So for example, if you've had $500 deducted from your check in January and you submit an expense for $800, you will be reimbursed $500 and the additional expenses will pend until you have additional contributions deducted from your paychecks. Election changes can be made if there is a qualifying event, and these include things such as the change in the cost or coverage of the care, but keep in mind that cost changes can only be made if not imposed by a relative caring for the child. There is also a grace period that applies to the Dependent Care Assistance Program, which means that you actually have until March 15th of 2018 or each plan year in order to incur the expenses. And then of course the deadline is March 31st. But if you think you need more time in which to incur the expenses, you can actually incur them through March 15th of the following plan year. And then again, you must re-enroll in this account if you wish to have a new election every year. And for 2017, the open enrollment period is November 7th through November 21st. For additional information about the Dependent Care Assistance Program, please reference the summary plan description available online at www.one-to-one-benefits.com/Hennepin under the Member Contract section. Otherwise, for balance information or questions, please contact One-to-One Benefits Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 612-877-4321 or 800-300-1672. You may also email questions to customer service at one-to-one-benefits.com or reference plan information and resources on the website at www.one-to-one-benefits.com/Hennepin.